What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2025 Xfinity 500. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This week in the NASCAR Cup Series has the Martinsville Speedway, the half-mile paperclip that's known for hot dogs and puts on some really good racing from time to time, and the cutoff race to decide who goes to Championship 4 can be very chaotic at many times. The last time we ran the fall Martinsville race, we saw Ryan Blaney clutch his way into making the Championship 4, and the last time we ran a Martinsville Speedway in the spring, we saw Denny Hamlin pick up, I believe, his first win of the 2025 season. They're both back this time around trying to pick up wins. Ryan Blaney trying to get his 4th win of the season, and Denny Hamlin trying to get his 7th win of 2025. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend currently at the moment is actually looking promising. It's going to be 63 degrees at high with 37 degrees as low with a 10% chance of rain with cloudy skies. The weather over the course of the last couple days has improved. Earlier in the week, there was a chance of rain being in the forecast, but it looks like the rain is going to hold off this weekend. It is going to be chilly out in the track, though. Not going to be super hot, but it's also not going to be really warm either. It's going to be cool. Make sure to bring a jacket out to the racetrack if you're going out to Martinsville this weekend. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the playoff scenes as we enter the final race to decide who goes to the Championship 4. So Chase Briscoe and Denny Hamlin are both, of course, locked into the Championship 4. Chase Briscoe's win at Talladega this past week and Denny Hamlin's win at Las Vegas. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell's up by 37 and Kyle Larson's up by 36. Meanwhile, William Byron is down by 36. You have Joey Logano's down by 38. Ryan Blaney's down by 47 and Chase Elliott, who's down by 62. Chase Elliott's automatically in a must-win situation, and most likely William Byron, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney are all pretty much in must-win situations as well. You're going to have to rely on some good stuff to have a chance and opportunity to make the Championship 4. They'll have to win if you're below the cutoff line and beat one of the other two guys who are above the cutoff line at this point. So now, let's finally go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. I did 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle. I don't think will have the pace and speed or aren't that great at this type of racetrack in recent years. I do 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers who desperately need to go run, who I think will have a really good run this weekend or have improved or have gotten this good at underfunded equipment. And I do my winners pick, the driver who thinks is going to win the race overall. And I got 5 drivers you need to watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2025 Xfinity 500? My first suck pick for this weekend at Martinsville is the driver of the 8 car for Richard Childress Racing, Kyle Busch. Since Kyle Busch got to RCR, since we got to the next gen era at this track, Kyle Busch has not actually been really good here. He's had a lot of bad runs, didn't run that good if I remember correctly in the spring, and he has kind of struggled in the next gen car at this track. This is not a terrible track historically for Kyle Busch, but like I mentioned, he hasn't been that great here in the next gen era. So because of that, and RCR's short track program not being super strong, yes, we're using a softer compound, which could help Kyle Busch, but I don't have the most confidence that Kyle Busch is going to be a factor. I think it's going to be not a great run for Kyle. He's coming off of not having the best run this past weekend at Talladega anyways, so I think it's going to be a little bit of struggle for Kyle Busch to have a chance and opportunity. I don't think he has a good run. Sadly, I think it's not going to be a great run for Busch at Martinsville. My second suck pick for this weekend at Martinsville is the driver of the 45 car for 2311 Racing, Tyler Reddick. I looked up Tyler Reddick's stats before recording today's race picks video, and I looked up his stats, and his numbers at Martinsville are not that good. His teammate Bubba Wallace is a lot better at this track. I believe in the last 7 or 8 races we've ran here, Tyler Reddick, I believe, only has 1 or maybe 2 top 10 finishes in the last 7 events. And he's generally ran around 15th or 20th or mid to back of the pack every time we've come here, which is a shame because Tyler Reddick's had a ton of momentum as of late. But I think, unfortunately for Tyler Reddick, I think it's sadly going to be a struggle. I don't think he's going to have a chance and opportunity. I don't think he has a good run. I think it'll be a struggle for him this weekend at Martinsville. And now we're going ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Xfinity 500. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver of the 88 car for Trackhouse Racing, Shane Van Gisbergen. Now, yes, Shane Van Gisbergen did not have the best run in the spring at this track, but I think that's an anomaly because Shane Van Gisbergen, we can definitely tell, is starting to get better on ovals. He's had 2 or 3 top 15 finishes in the last 4 events. He finished 11th at Talladega, and of course in the fall race of Martinsville last year, he finished in 12th in a Call-It car. I think he's actually going to have a really good run this weekend, and with the softer tire, which is similar to New Hampshire, similar to Richmond, I think he's going to run pretty well this weekend. He's been really good with the softer compound. I think it's going to give him a chance and opportunity. He's ending the year on a really strong note. I think he's got a good chance for a potentially another top 10 run this weekend at Martinsville. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver to 60 car for RFK Racing, Ryan Preece. RFK Racing is starting to show a lot of speed near the end of this year, and Ryan Preece has been pretty good at Martinsville. He won the pole here back in 2023, and I believe he scored a top 10 finish in the spring. I think he's going to have a really good shot for another top 10 or maybe even a top 5. We know Ryan Preece is really good at short tracks like this. He runs really good at these types of tracks every time we go there. I think he's going to have a great chance and opportunity to be fast and pretty competitive this weekend. I expect the team to show some good speed out there. I think Ryan Preece will have a solid chance and opportunity. I think he brings a really good car this weekend to Martinsville. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Xfinity 500. Who am I picking to win? The driver who I'm picking to win this weekend, this actually was a little more difficult than I originally thought, because this guy, I thought he'd be really good at Talladega, and he wasn't great. He did get stage points, but he wasn't fantastic at the track. But he's really good at Martinsville. He's won the last 2 fall races at this track in 2023 and 2024, and his average finish at this track is really good, one of the best we've seen in the next-gen era. In fact, the best of any driver in the field. I'm picking the driver with the 12th car for Team Penske, Ryan Blaney, who scores 4th win of 2025, and I believe it will be his 17th career NASCAR Cup Series win. I think Ryan Blaney's going to get it done this weekend. The 12 team's been so good here in Martinsville. He's been really good with the softer compound. He was really good at Richmond earlier this year. Really fast in New Hampshire. Remember, he won New Hampshire with the same tire they ran there. I think he's going to have a really good chance to get it done this weekend. I think Penske is going to be focusing a ton to try to get Ryan Blaney in the championship 4. I think he gets it done this weekend. I'm going to go with Ryan Blaney to pick up the win and pick up the victory this weekend and lock his way into the championship 4. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend in Martinsville. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver, the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson, of course, has won previously in Martinsville back in the spring race of 2023, but I mentioned average finishes. Ryan Blaney is number 1. Guess who's number 2 on the average finishes? Kyle Larson with a 5.2. Kyle Larson has been super consistent at this track. His numbers have been good. He finished 3rd in the fall. I believe finished in the top 5 in the spring earlier this year at Martinsville. Like I mentioned, won the spring race in 23. Was really good in the spring race of 24. I think Kyle Larson's going to have a fast car, and I think he's going to have a great chance and opportunity to contend for the win this weekend at Martinsville. The second driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Martinsville is the driver in the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott was very close to winning the fall race last year, and Chase Elliott is really good at the short flat ovals, especially when you have to manage a tire. I expect Chase Elliott to have a really solid chance and opportunity. He's the only guy for sure that's in a must-win situation going into this weekend. I think Chase Elliott is going to have a really fast and really good car. I think the 9 team is going to be looking to bring some good pace. If had speed the last couple of weeks, I think Chase Elliott will have a pretty solid and really good car at Martinsville. The third driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin is the defending winner of Martinsville from earlier in the spring, and Denny Hamlin has been really good at Martinsville historically. I think he's won like 5 or 6 times in the Cup Series at this track, plus he does have a Truck Series win here, and I think that experience is going to give him a really good chance and opportunity. And when it comes to softer tire, Denny Hamlin's really good at managing those softer tires. I think because of that, Denny Hamlin is going to have a strong chance and a really good opportunity to have a fast car. I think he'll be a factor for the win. He might get his 7th win of the year. I think he's got a good chance to get it done. The fourth driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver of the 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe has been pretty solid here at Martinsville in the past. Plus, we know Joe Gibbs Racing is one of the best teams at this track. But Chase Briscoe's average in the playoffs has been phenomenal. I believe he has like a 5.2 or 5.3 average finish, which is one of the best we've seen in the playoff era at this point. His consistency's been great. He's coming off of winning at Talladega. I think that consistency and that strength is going to continue. He's probably going to lead laps and lead more laps on the total he's had so far this year. I think Chase Briscoe's got a really good chance and opportunity to win. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets his 2nd straight win and 4th win of 2025. And the 5th and final driver you should probably watch out for this weekend at Martinsville is the driver of the 23 car for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is the only driver that is not in the playoffs currently at the moment, but I think he's got a really good chance to run here a while. His average finish has been improving at this track, had a really strong car in the spring, I believe finished in the top 5 in the spring, was really good in the spring race of 2024, but had a fast car in the fall race last year, but I believe he had a tire issue at the end. But I think that Bubba's going to be fast. This 23 team's shown really strong pace and speed this year. They've been one of the strongest teams in the second half of the year. I think Bubba's going to have a good chance, and he could be a factor to get his second win of 2025 this weekend at Martinsville. So, those are my race 6 for the 2025 Xfinity 500 at Martinsville. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick. My underdog picks are Shane Van Gisbergen and Ryan Preece. My winner's pick is Brian Blaney. And the ones to watch out for, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, and Bubba Wallace. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the race 6 video for the 2025 Xfinity 500 at Martinsville. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your picks below for this weekend in Martinsville. Who are your picks? Let me know your suck picks, your underdog picks, your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend in Martinsville. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Later today on the channel, you are going to be seeing the NASCAR Xfinity Series race picks for Martinsville as well for whatever the title of the race is going to be. If any other major news breaks like settlement talks and lawsuit updates, I'll talk about that on the channel. We could get some big news later today as well. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. We've got lawsuit updates to talk about. We got Daniel Suarez going to Spire. We're going to talk about Harris Suburban potentially going to Sam Hunt, 2311 Racing, teasing some new stuff for 2026. We've got other stuff coming out on people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Frankie Muniz, Cletus Afron, Dodge Ram, Connor Zolls, Junior Motorsports, Daniel Suarez, like I mentioned, Brad Keselowski, and other stuff on the channel coming out soon. We'll be doing reactions, of course, over the weekend for the Cup, Xfinity, and Truck race at Martinsville. We got a lot of fun content dropping, and then next week, Championship Week will begin, and I might do a video discussing what the plans are for that, probably in the next couple days, so how it's going to be working for the week. There's a lot of good content dropping. I can't wait to talk about all that stuff. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, buddy.